Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the Mental Economist. We have got some exciting things to get into. However, before we do, there is a little housekeeping that must be attended to. In the premiere, I mentioned this channel was intended to be helpful, and I will definitely do my part. But whatever I may say, in this video or any other, it won't be the difference maker. That is, my perspective and anecdotes, they're merely inputs. You make them helpful or not. You decide whether the seed grows, because the real growth happens long after this video has been turned off. So given the constraints of this digital medium, you'll have to permit me to make a couple of key assumptions about you. Assumptions because I may not know you personally, and you probably don't know me well enough. After all, this is still just the second video. But my ignorance to the specific details of your circumstance, it need not be a problem if I can put forward two assumptions that can serve as foundation stones for everything that follows. First, I'm going to assume that you actually believe you deserve to do well. That is, to have good experiences and outcomes in this life. Not a perfect life, whatever that would mean, but certainly a good one, a flourishing life. And you believe this despite all of your past and perhaps even your present conditions. This belief, it must be a stubbornly held decision. Because similar to what Viktor Frankl once wrote, it's decisions, not conditions, that determine what a person will be. So it doesn't matter that you don't have the exact same situation as I do, that your conditions aren't just like mine. Actually, you may not think like me at all. You might not talk like me. You might not act like me, live like me, look like me, or even live in the same part of the world as me. It doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter that I don't know your past, your hardships. I don't know your mistakes and your regrets, or even your pain. What does matter, though, is that you believe that despite all of that, you are deserving to experience the highs and the lows of what life has to offer. You have to decide this for yourself, just like I do. And it's got to be a tightly held decision. You know, the kind of decision revealed by our unobserved actions. Those are always consistent with our true thoughts. So even if right now, for whatever reason, let's say you're doubtful, you doubt that you're worthy of a good life, then I still suggest it is time to turn the page. Make this decision going forward. Because after all, your doubting thoughts, you weren't born with them. Instead, you picked them up along the way. I don't know where, but at one point, one time, from somewhere. But now it's time to let them go. So let's put them down. For if anyone, anywhere, deserves a good life, then so do you. Because why not you? I recommend cleaning the slate and just deciding that you are fully deserving to strive and struggle well in your life, period. Because it's a near guarantee, I mean it, a guarantee that you will not strive and struggle well if you don't believe you deserve to. So I'm going to assume that you do. And I certainly hope that my assumption is in fact the truth. Secondly, and very much related, I'm going to assume you believe that you matter. Your life matters. And so accordingly, you live life like it matters. If life was a game, you'd play it to succeed. to flourish. And by implication, you wouldn't make it harder for yourself to succeed. You wouldn't actively work against your own flourishing. I'll use two scenarios to help make my assumption as implication a little bit clearer. So, do you remember when you were quite young, those elementary school days? I certainly do. And I'm thinking about right now those PE hours where my classmates and I would go out into the really big field and we'd play soccer. So all of us kids would gather together and kind of form a line. And two team captains would alternate picking players for their teams. Those captains, they of course picked the players they thought would improve the odds, of having fun, forming a good team, but ultimately winning the match because they wanted to win. They did, and so did we. The picks, they were completely aligned with the desired outcome. Now, how about another scenario, albeit a little bit more serious? Have you ever had to face the very real prospects of a surgical operation? If so, then you probably, you got the referral from your doctor, you set up the appointment, and then you went to go consult with the surgeon, wanting to learn as much about the surgery as possible. What to expect beforehand and definitely afterwards. And you probably were really paying attention to the facility, looking at the staff, and whether you said it out loud or not, you were really just trying to find anything and everything to give yourself an accurate perception, a perception of how competent the surgeon and the staff were. And really, how confident could you be in their ability to deliver the desired outcome post-surgery? Now, did you hope the surgeon and the staff were friendly? Oh, sure, of course. Well, why not? But their niceness, it didn't even compare to how important the perceived competence was. Why? It's simple. Because you wanted a successful outcome. You wanted what was expected pre-surgery to ultimately become what was post-surgery. Because it mattered. I'm sure you get my point. When the outcomes matter, the decisions and the actions matter. So if you believe your life matters, now and well into the future, then your present decisions and actions are going to matter. In other words, you're going to live life like it matters. Now, I can imagine many of you are nodding your head in affirmation. You're like, yeah, of course, makes sense. If that's you, awesome. But life has taught me that several of you may be nodding your head, but ultimately, you don't believe it. Your inner monologue has been chatting away for the past few minutes while I've been talking to you. And it's been saying things like, well, that might be true for so-and-so, but not me. Or, I'm just not that important. Or, I don't matter. Your inner critic has me at a great disadvantage right now. You see, I'm not physically there. I can't debate this saboteur who embellishes all of your past mistakes and naysays incessantly about your future potential. So you're going to have to help me out with two little favors. One, silence that voice for me. Not forever. That's impossible. Just for the remainder of this video and maybe some of the videos to come. And second, entertain the idea, just for a little while, that you do matter. Regardless of what anyone may have said or not said in the past, they're not here right now. They're not in this conversation. And you don't have to convince anyone. You just have to slow down and give this idea some breathing room. You and I both matter. Because even if you are not completely convinced right now, it's still very rational to act like you matter anyways. Why? Because given the alternatives, why not pick the disposition that is most favorable to the outcomes you care about? After all, no one ought to care about your life more than you do. And the same holds true for me. So I encourage you, make decisions, take action that shows yourself and everybody else that your life matters. Be like the football team captain or a prospective surgery patient and keep those desired outcomes crystal clear in the forefront of your mind and make wise selections, especially with the people that you bring in along the way. Here's some really important examples on that point. Select a spouse that is deeply motivated towards cooperatively flourishing with you for a lifetime. Select close friends that are genuine and grounded, reliable, and who really want to see you succeed in life. Select moral mentors that walk the talk and are deeply credible in their advice. Select professional mentors who have done the thing that you're trying to do, drawing upon real experience and not just theory. Select associates with integrity who can tolerate your success alongside their own. You get the idea. Select teammates that you can share life with, who actually want to see you succeed, to flourish. And you desperately want that for them too. Select allies, not just convenient or comfortable appeasers, because in summary, you deserve a chance at good things because you matter. And what you do matters. So live life like it matters. And surround yourself with people that do the same. Okay, I think our housekeeping is done here. Next time, we're going to roll up our sleeves and begin confronting the first disruptive force, fear. Until then, take care.